Welcome to Tech Tuesday. This week we're looking at using a web app called Movenote to create video narrated presentations, explanations of documents, different things you can do to provide some resources maybe for some students that are at home, or to record your direct instruction in class to provide for students so they can revisit it later. The first thing you're going to want to do when you get to Movenote is sign in with Google. So click on the G right here, and that will log us in. And it will connect to the streaming server and ask us to allow something from Adobe Flash. You just click allow right there and click close. And you can see the cameras on there. There is an option to not use camera, so that way it can be just a voiceover, which is desirable for a lot of folks. But we're going to keep the camera on for the purposes of this, which means I have to look at my mug, which isn't always fun, but whatever. To create your presentation, the first thing you're going to want to do is click Add Slides. That's the first step. The slides, for the purposes of this, are just for the presentation that you're actually conducting. I'm going to click Google Drive. You can find a file on your computer as well. And I will just use the faculty meeting slides for tomorrow's faculty meeting, so you can take a look at that if you want. It's going to take a couple seconds to convert it, and then your slides will show up, and then you can conduct it much like a PowerPoint presentation. Okay, we have 21 slides you'll see up here. So we get those loaded. So I can conduct the meeting, and what I'll do is I can click start right here, and that will start the recording. Gives you a little countdown, 3, 2, 1, go. Welcome to the faculty meeting, blah, blah, blah. I could record the meeting this way, clicking through the slides right up here. So I click the rest of the week, whatever, that's the next slide. So you'll see the rest of those slides on Friday. But as I'm talking through this, this is recording everything, so it would be available that I could share with maybe some people that weren't able to go to the faculty meeting or whatever. Now I'm going to click on the red button again, and that pauses the recording. So now it's not recording, so I can do whatever I want, including itch my nose, while I'm transitioning maybe to something else. So let's say I want to add a slide. Let's say I want to add a document. You can add a Word document from your computer. I'm going to add something from my Google Drive that will help me kind of look at something. So let's say SIP schedule. Okay, I'm just pulling up just a random document. This just happens to be a PDF that I've pulled up. This will show you how you can use a document. So let's say you brought up your syllabus. You want to describe your syllabus. You could actually provide this for parents that shows a video or an audio recording of you looking over the syllabus. And it adds it last. So I'm going to very quickly go through everything. So let's say we're looking at here's our breakout schedule stuff. So I'm going to click record again. Gives me the countdown. And I'm recording again, so you can, if you're highlighting stuff, if you click the mouse, it kind of does a little trailer for you. So let's say we're talking about this is when we want to transition to break, whatever. If I'm describing the schedule, you can use that during using a document. So if you wanted to explain an assignment, you could just use this, and you could have a little video of yourself explaining an assignment. Students, don't forget, this is September 9th, whatever. So you can include that, so when a student downloads the file, they can also have a link to this where you can explain it either just auditorially, or you can actually have the video on it too. So it's kind of a neat little tool. Now let's say we're going to pause that and then click done. So this will finalize the presentation, and then you can view it. Do you want to recommend Movenote to the viewer of this presentation? Of course we do. So it will convert your video. That'll take a little bit of time. And once it's done converting, you will be able to get a link to that little presentation that you can send. We'll take a look at what that looks like. One mistake I did make, wow, that is a horrible image. One mistake I did forget to fix is you're definitely going to want to title your presentation. So I'll call it a Movenote tutorial. So what we have is this link right here, and that's the link you're going to share. So you can email it, you can make a QR code, you can put it on your web page, whatever. So I'm going to go to another window, and I'm going to paste that link in there, and let's see what it looks like. Okay, there is, and I'm going to click play in my presentation. Welcome to the faculty meeting, blah, blah, blah. I can record the meeting this way. So you see that it works out pretty well. I can hear it. I can skip along to different parts of the presentation here. So that's pretty much the Movenote app. It's kind of a pretty simple way to add an extra dimension to an assignment. So it would work really well with a homebound student or explaining something to a parent where you don't actually have to be in the room and they can see your face, you can communicate, but you don't have to be both online at the same time. So use that if you'd like. Otherwise, you can look at the other Tech Tuesdays or tune in next week for another ed tech idea that you can use in your classroom. Thank you.